So, as you might remember, I kind of published this the other day. Last week was like, the first one to solve this puzzle gets a prize from me. And yeah, a lot of people took part in this. Basically, one person. No, I know more people play with these, but nobody actually submitted a result other than one person who actually got it right. So. Okay, with the nuance, I guess. But I just want us to go and take a look at the video from Valid. So Valid has been a follower for quite a while, and he's also won another book before. And in another giveaway sort of that I did a while back. And so he very kindly shared the video where he explained the solution of the puzzle, or one solution, and I'm kind of going to go. I also want to go through another one. So the idea is you've got this black box in here that's got some dynamic rotations, as you know. Quirk has some cool animated gates that you can play with that basically show you the effect of a gate through time. And so I use one of them to actually make a rotating black box. And the challenge was turn the top qubit, so turn the first qubit off, right? So, and I give you another qubit in here that's already off, just that you can use if you need to. The idea was, okay, I didn't really formalize the contest a lot, but like, a straight swap is not allowed, right? So, because that would obviously turn this qubit off. At the point you're just swapping the stuff. So, but let's take a look at Valid's solution. Yeah, let's just open the video.
As we can see, the first qubit is oscillating between state 0 and 1. But seeing the second qubit is in the state of the 0 stage, I can make it play in my favor. So whenever the first qubit is in stage 1, I can flip the second qubit to stage 1. And then do the reverse. I control the second qubit and target.
So now you get both qubits to basically move at the same time.
The first qubit, then it will flip. If the first qubit is in excited state, then will turn it off. And
that's cool. So he got it. So he got it off.
Solution.
So he got it. So he got it off basically by almost doing a swap. Because the trick, I mean, the essence of a swap is that you basically do three control nodes. That's the basic idea of a swap, right? It's another way to make the swap. Basically, can decompose it into these. And now, so if this is a one, obviously that's gonna. Let's see. Obviously, that is going to. It doesn't work again. I have to fix that. It just doesn't work the way that I want it to work. Whatever. So it's almost a joke already. It doesn't ever work. So it switches this one on, but then this is also turned on, and it switches this one off. So in theory, with this kind of setup, you wouldn't need the third. You wouldn't need really the third gate in here. But you need it for the other case where you've got like a 0 and a 1, right? Because in this case, the first gate takes no effect, the second gate takes effect, but then you need the third one to kind of correct for the swap. So that's why you need three gates in here. So it's almost, in this case, because this is rotating, so it's sometimes 1, right? Let me see if you guys can see that. Because I think the idea could be seen as well that if so this works as well because it's the same sort of effect, right? Because this is 50% on and off, and so just two control nodes are enough to create the same effect like a swap, but it's not a generalized swap, so it wouldn't work for any input. So I don't know if it counts as a swap or not. I'm going to give Valid the prize because he actually did it, but I wanted to. I should actually zoom those things a bit more when I do that. I know this. But then I cannot paint in them, whatever. So, but I know there's another way to do this, which is really unintuitive. I think a lot of people just restrict themselves into putting gates in here, right? So, and you can also put gates, before the black box, and so one way, if this is rotating, it looks like it's rotating really smoothly, right? If you put a Hadamard gate in here, you see that it's doing nothing. So this means that it's got to be rotating in a sort of through a different axis, like not the x-axis. So it's probably rotating along the y-axis. If I do a square root of y gate, no, wait a second, am I just stupid? Here you go, a square of not gate, exactly. So yeah, so if I do the square root of not gate, it basically stops rotating. So it means that I have somehow neutralized that rotation effect. So if you remember, a square root of naught, it basically takes you to is it the minus I or the I never remember which one is which, the minus I or the plus I state. So this means this qubit is definitely rotating along the y-axis, because that's the only configuration where or that's one configuration where this type of rotation wouldn't have any effect. Now, if you place this before the gate, the same happens. But the magic here is that if you do this, right, you actually literally like turn the qubit fully on, because what you're doing is, so you're first rotating, then you let the gate have their effect, which kind of never happens, and then so you're doing another square root of naught operation or gate, and that takes you basically back to one. You can actually, does this work? Yeah. So you can do that if you want, and it's kind of the same idea, right? So it takes you back to zero. So with just two gates, you turn the qubit off, and you don't even have to use the second qubit. That's it. I think it's a really interesting piece of intuition, to be honest, because it's the notion that you can neutralize certain effects by sandwiching operations. This is quite powerful. I mean, that's definitely, I think, one of the principles behind error correction, right? I mean, you're sandwiching things so that you can error correct for things that happen that you don't want to happen. So it's essentially the same things. It's yeah. I hope you enjoyed the puzzle. It's as you can see, it can be done in two gates, and so but valid solution was good as well. And he's gonna get the ebook valid. Just pick the ebook that you want. It has to be quantum computing ebook. And we'll get it shipped to you virtually, of course, because it's going to be an ebook. Yeah, but I hope that you enjoyed this puzzle. It was just fun. It was really improvised, to be honest. I apologize if the contest was really looking like a bit flaky or a bit like cheap. It was just like a bit of a weekend impulse, I think. Yeah, I hope you had fun. Cool. Stay tuned for more challenges. I'm thinking about doing something more with all these puzzles. So stay tuned for more.